Howdy folks. So I thought I'd just make a quick update video to kind of outline what's going to be on the channel, what you can probably expect to see over the next month. Like I think I've mentioned before, I'm taking the month of May off work, so I'm going to be doing a bit more YouTube stuff on my holidays, trying to get rid of the backlog of stuff that I've got to do. First of all, welcome everyone from r/sysadmin. It was a interesting little jump in subscribers there. I've kind of already planned out the month of May, so there's going to be a little bit of IT stuff in there, but not too much. So going over some stuff in no particular order. I have a couple old embedded system projects which I'm going to be open sourcing, and as a result I'm going to make a couple videos to go along with those to just sort of explain the design decisions and how they work, and sort of to go with the code. So the first one is my smart thermostat. I call it SmartStat, and so this was a project I did about 3.5 years ago or so. I haven't really done any work on it since. It's not entirely done yet, but it's one of those things that I'm just going to release in its current state rather than not release at all. So this is kind of like my alternative to Google's Nest. And I think it's a lot better in certain ways, so I'm going to be going over this. Another project that I had from a few months ago was this is a smart mirror. Maybe I'll insert a picture of it, of what it actually looks like when it's on. This was designed for a trade show, and it did its thing, and it's been parted out. It's actually empty. It doesn't actually have the hardware in it anymore, so I can't turn it on for you. But I'm going to be open sourcing the platform that we built for this. Because I think it might be worthwhile releasing the code, because it doesn't have too much custom hardware, so you could make this work. You could DIY this basically, even if you really didn't have any experience. So that'll be another video in and of itself. So I've also got a few ongoing projects, which I'm probably going to wait until they're complete to talk about. For example, this is one that I started about a month and a half ago, and kind of hasn't really progressed since. Basically, it's a gauge cluster for your PC. So this is CPU usage, and this is actually RAM. But I just made a sort of a ghetto graphic so that I could see it. And these are live update real time gauges, and I like these because they display stuff in much higher update rate. They look really nice. They're all smoothed by physics, and they don't take up screen space and stuff. So it's just a USB device, and I've got a lot more work to do on this. I've got to write a bootloader for this so you can upgrade the firmware over USB, and I got to lay out a PCB and get it manufactured. So that's a pretty big lead time. So I don't think I'll actually get this done by the end of May, but I'm going to try, and I want to get like a nice wood grain case for it, and I want to make a couple of these. I've actually got a bunch of these meters on order, so it'd be one of those things that honestly I want to get it to the point where basically I could sell it as a kit, but I'm not going to, because that's too much work. But that's the kind of level of doneness I want on this project. I have this habit of getting projects to like 90% complete, and then I just say, it's good enough, and then I just kind of live with them not being done. So this is one of the, I want to start finishing stuff. I'm going to start it with this because I actually want these. I'm going to take one into work and have a couple here. So there's that. I've got some new hardware here. This is a little mini ITX board. Some of you may have seen this before. This is now going to become my new router, so I'm going to be rebuilding my router, getting that horribly power inefficient ancient board out of there and replacing it with this. I was going to wait for pfSense 2.4 because it's got ZFS and all that stuff, but unfortunately I'm just going to put this in, and then I'll reinstall it when 2.4 finally comes out, because it's getting warm here, and I want to start to cut my power back for the summer. And I think I'll start with this, because this is like 18 watts idle, which is really nice. So I also want to make a video regarding sort of the state of my network servers and stuff. I'll just do I'll kind of squish it all together into one video of all the things I've done and changed over the last, I don't know how many months it's been since I've updated. I'll talk about the InfiniBand network. I did eventually figure out all the random crap that was going wrong with it. I figured out what the problem was, and I've remedied it. So I'll go into all that stuff at some point as well. I'm also going to be doing a new video series on the challenges of embedded system software. So it's going to be multi-part. I suspect 5 or 6 videos at least. It's probably going to be, I'm not sure if it's going to be pen, paper, screencast, or like proper graphics yet. I don't really know how I'm going to do it. It's just going to be a high-level overview of what makes embedded software different from high-level application software and the challenges that you face in doing it. And it's not going to be just a, I'm basically going to be posing open-ended questions that don't really have answers yet, because there are still, unsolved problems in the embedded world that are areas of active research. And so I kind of wanted just to go over those and identify those. So maybe if you work in software but you haven't worked at the low level yet, maybe you'll find that interesting. And if you do work at the low level, maybe you'll probably agree with a good number of the points I make, but you might learn something as well. So I'm going to be doing that as well. Much to my dismay, but probably to other people's rejoicement, I will be resurrecting the pfSense video series for at least part 8. So I will be doing a video on NAT and the firewall rules. How much further it will go beyond that, I'm not sure, but I will be doing at least one more video. And so that will come out before the end of May. Also, I had another company that decided to send me some Bluetooth headphones, so I have to do a review on that, which I'm also going to do a teardown and reverse engineering on in the same video, because they've got electronics in them. We can take them apart and see how they work, and I've already kind of done that, so I just have to film that, and I'll put that out. Probably that'll be the next video you see, because I've had them for a while, and I think I should probably fulfill my end of the bargain. Let's see. Also, Q&A. I have not done a Q&A yet, and so it's been over 2 years. I think I should probably do one. So please do not put comments on this video asking questions, because I will ignore them. I will post another video in a few days that will ask for questions, and I'll give it maybe a week or something to accrue questions, and then I'll make an answer video. It'll be like an Ask Me Anything type thing. I'm not going to do like a live Q&A, because I genuinely think that those are just incredibly boring for the people watching them, because there's so much dead time and stuff. I can edit a much shorter video that's more straight to the point. So I think I'll do that. And yeah, I think that covers the month of May. I've got other stuff that I'd like to do, but I realistically don't even think I'm going to get it done. I don't even know if I'm going to get all that stuff done. It's a lot of stuff to do in 1 month. Plus, I do want to relax on my holidays. So, but that's that's what I'm going to try and aim for. So that's what you can kind of expect on the channel in the next month or so. So I will, like I said, Q&A video will be soon, and yeah, I think that's all for right now. So welcome new subscribers. Hopefully you like this random shit pile that is my channel. And anyway, as always, thanks for watching.